right now. I have a girlfriend, as you know, but her cat died a few days ago to cancer, and she's been blaming herself so much. I've had 45 minutes talk of not how people will be sad and feel bad, and who need her. That is that is a really good topic and really hard one. We need to approach this smart. I am really sorry that she's going through that right now, and I'm really sorry that you also have to go through the stress and the fear of someone close to you possibly doing something like that. That is not a small thing. That is something that will ruin your fucking sleep and everything. So it is one of the hardest places to be as a sister, as a parent, as a boyfriend, girlfriend, or just a friend when someone close to you is going through that. And what that is scary common. That is something that a lot of us go through at some point. And for some of those that go through that at some point, it is the lifeline to survive from it. You have those friends close to you. Have someone to talk 45 minutes with. Because if she can't tell you that, he will have to go through it in her head alone. And that is awful. She's been prone to a depressive and anxiety episode, so I've been putting out fires where I can and told her not to be afraid to call an ambulance if she feels like she'll hurt herself. Good. That's really good. Now we need to take the uncomfortable stuff. I can tell you, I can talk about the ins and outs of that problem the whole day. But I think we should talk about the stuff that we don't talk about that often. And that is your position in it. It is not your responsibility to save her. It is important that you are there for her. And the value of that cannot be comprehended in anything. So, but there is a golden middle way of doing it. You cannot personally, any one of you, I'm not talking about just Liz right now. When someone close to you is going through mental health issues that makes you scared that they might hurt themselves, you most likely are not a professional healthcare worker. You do not have the means to really help her. Not help her. You don't have the means to solve it. First of all, mental health issues are something that people will have to wanna fight themselves. There is no magic cure. There is not magic words that we can say here that will make you feel better. We can support. We can be there to listen. We can be there to hold them above the water enough for them to take breath in and start wanting to help themselves. But we cannot go to a point where our life, you cannot take it to a point where you are the only lifeline that person has. Because when someone is drowning and they're panicking and they do not know what to do next, if you go there and you try to save them all on your own, they will probably drag you down with you. Because saving yourself doesn't happen by other people. It happens within yourself. And getting that help, it is so important. that if we get to a point, let's say I have a sister that would be going through something like that, and she would lean onto me so much that I would be the only reason why she felt like she can keep going. I would be the only reason why she keeps going. That is not a good place to be. And I know we don't want to say it out loud. We always want to help our closest ones. We always want to be there if we can. We want to do, hey, good morning, Archie. We want to be there. How you doing, my man? We want to be there for them. How's the job things? Did you get it? But it cannot go to a point where you start drowning as well, because you are the only thing they are holding on to while they're going down. You need to figure out on those situations, you need to figure out what is the life vest. What is the thing that I can throw at him that could help him, her, to pull herself out of that situation. In mental health issues, it's usually getting help. As I said, we are not mental health professionals. We do not have the means to help those people in the long run. We can just hold them there, try to keep them there. But going up from there requires, it's not an easy thing. And because it's not an easy thing, there is professionals that have been educated to do that. Help them get that help. Help them get the help that will help them in the long run. That is the only way you can make a change. You can actually fix it. Because it will, otherwise there will be multiple people, multiple persons going down if you are the only one that they're tracking with you. I know that's not an easy thing. I know it's really fucking hard thing. But we need to be real with ourselves. How many of us have the means to help someone actual dangerous mental health issue, depression, anxiety? We don't have that. I don't think there's a lot of people in Twitch watching me stream that have that kind of means. And when you can understand that, you can understand the limits of what you can do to help. And in this case, when we're talking about something like this, that help will be to help them get the actual help that have the means to help them out of there. I'm okay, not heard from their final decision yet. This week I should hear from there. Also another interview on Thursday. Damn, my man is pushing those interviews like crazy. I really hope you get the one that you were doing the second interview as well. It sounded like it could pan out, to me at least. I really hope you get it, man. I know the struggle you're going through right now is insane. And I'm really sorry that you have to go through it. And all we can hope is that we can get it solved as soon as possible. It's been hard for me for these conversations, since I'm prone to depressive things and I only know how I get through it. Counting my blessings and people who would feel bad, and I don't want to make people feel bad. Like she did not want to either. I'm so glad she will be starting therapy anyway soon. But you know how slow government can be. Thanks, man. Of course. I know. I've been through that process. And you've obviously, seems that you guys have done the next thing you can do. Now, you need to help her get there. It's not fair. It's not nice. It will never feel like, it will always raise the question, why do I need to? But that's the only way we people can thrive, to help each other. And the next time it could be other way around. Always remember that, guys. When one of your friends is going through something, or family or whatever, is going through something, and it's starting to be really heavy on those around him, whenever you feel like, why do I need to take care of it? Why am I always lifting him up? Why am I always loaning him money? Why am I always the one that needs to do that? That person who feels comfortable enough with you to ask you for that help might be the only person that will be there when you need that help. And trust me, I've seen how fast life can change. It can happen so fast, and suddenly the tables have turned and you might be the one who needs that help. And that needs to be enough to motivate ourselves to be there for that other person whenever we can. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be fun. Not supposed to be anything like that. But that's how people thrive. Help with each other. Whenever when we are talking about that, people have different kind of strengths. We're good at different things, and we bring different things to the table. That also is not. It's not like it's always that one way with certain people. Those people, those situations can change. And when they change and the tables turn, you want there to be someone to help you through it as well. That's a really rough place to be. And I'm really sorry for both of you, Liz. I am. But I feel like what you've told me so far, that you guys are doing something about it. You're doing your best. That's all you can do. Now starts the marathon. Now starts that you need to just keep holding in. You just need to keep fighting for a little bit longer. Because as long as there is the light in end of the tunnel, it's really hard to motivate yourself to fight if you have no idea when the fight ends. But when there's the light on the end of that tunnel, use that to motivate yourself to struggle those hard days. Because it will end. There is not a single case in the world where misery, sadness, stuff like that would be forever. Things change. Stuff change. And you just need to get to the next point, the next station. And at the next station, things can be a lot better. Things can be a lot different. And also, he has now good family relations, so I'm probably the closest he has right now, but it's very easy to help. It's never easy to help, and I dissociate a lot whenever we have had conversation, but I try to check in with her every day now, with the necessarily in the help of a kind of way, but like watch a movie or something. It doesn't matter what the help is, as long as you're there for her. I'm not sure if I should say this, but there are also people. I'm not talking about this case. I don't know your girlfriend. I don't know your situation well enough. But some of you might come across situations in your life where you're dealing with someone that only ever has problems. And that needs to be figured out pretty soon. There is a lot of people that live through being miserable. They love it. They don't know how to get out of it. And they just keep finding reasons to be miserable and dragging you with them. And in those situations, you need to recognize it. You need to get them the help they need. And then you need to run the hell out of there fast as possible. Because even how important everything is, I just talked 30 minutes about how important these things are and how important the support are. I definitely understand the weight and the value of that. There is still the last point that you should always think about whenever we're talking about anything regarding your life. You need to remember your life. No one else is responsible of your life. Your life miserable, or your life is something is happening in your life that is making you miserable. You need to fix it. There is no one suddenly coming to your life and fixing it for you. No one cares enough. And that's why sometimes these cases can come to a point that you need to be selfish. And for example, often when both people are struggling with stuff and you are in a position in your life that you don't have the means to support others, you most likely need help. Keep yourself from drowning. And in those situations, you should never throw yourself to other people's problems. I know it will make you feel better for now. I know it will make you forget your problems. But for you to be actually able to help anyone, you need to be fine first. So being selfish is sometimes the only path for being able to actually help other people. If you're not okay, you will not be able to actually help them. You can hang in there with them. You can both be on the edge and you can just try to survive, but that's not helping. That's not solving anything. Remember, the misery loves company. That's extremely well said. That is extremely well said. And it's I want to say this out loud because this is not a fun thing. This is not something that we even want to handle, like we even want to admit to ourselves, nevertheless to other people. But I think it's important to remember, take care of yourself. That's the only way you can put yourself to a position that you can help others. I think parenthood is a perfect example for that. If you're putting yourself out for your kids to a point that you are miserable, let's say you work kind of hours that your mental health starts to go down, you start to lose your shit because you don't get enough sleep, etc., just so you can provide money for your kid, you won't be able to do that for long. And you are not helping your kid. You are in survival mode. And for you to be able to actually help your kid in the long run, you need to always be fine yourself. Sometimes it can mean taking your kid to your grandparents and just taking a weekend for yourself. Sometimes it might need that your kid can't have that one thing he wanted for a Christmas present because you need to pay your bills. But if you worry too much about only the kid and what she wants, what she needs, you think she needs, you might end up in a situation where you hurt her way more than the fact that you didn't provide something that she thought she needed. You know? So always, guys, remember, it's not a fucking joke that, like, this might be a weird way of saying this. You have to always think about the number one. And that number one needs to be you, because no one else will do it for you. No one else. No one will come to your house, start taking care of you. You need to take care of yourself. And that is the only way you can put yourself in a position that you can help others. Too many people, way too many people, help other people to a point that they eventually can't help anyone anymore because they've driven their own life in such a bad position, money-wise, for example, that they can't even take care of themselves anymore. And now, in the first, we had one guy with with a problem, but when the other guy threw himself to that problem to a point that he forgot to take care of himself, suddenly there's two people with problem in the world. If this second guy always takes care of himself first, at some point the first guy will solve his problem, or you can help him with his problem, and there is zero guys left with a problem. So do not make it two. Do not multiply the problem. Take care of yourself, then take care of other people. That's the only way forward. One life, you have to make most of it, definitely. And no one else will do it for you. Remember that, people. No one else will live your life for you. You live your life. You decide what it is. And no one else is even responsible for that. You are. And it's not selfish. Exactly. That's that. Selfish is to okay, give me a second, Lisa. In a way, it is selfish to make yourself appear so helpful and so giving that you'll end up being the problem because you fucked up your own things. Because you are not doing it for the right reason. You're doing it for the feeling of helping other people, when that is so short-sighted. You are not actually helping other people. You are creating more problems in the world if you do not help yourself before you help others. You need to that's so healthy selfishness. Not selfish, it's not self-centered, but you need to be to a point selfish to be able to be unselfish at some point. She's handful for sure, but she usually has positive attitude. So I don't think she's clinging to misery. She's just very much in the problems right now. She's a childlike sometimes. I don't know her well enough yet. Yes, and I didn't wanna in any level suggest that she would be the case, but it was just something that I felt like I need to say when we are talking about this. Someone else right now there or watching me on YouTube or any other places might be in that situation. So I wanted to just add it. I do not want to suggest that that's your case. You need to figure out if that's your case. I cannot do it for you. But it needs to be there in back of your brain as an to remember that you should question at some point at least that is this the situation, like is this one of those situations where I'm being pulled down because the other one loves being there in the misery, or is this actually a situation where she just needs a little bit of help and I can actually help her? You need to figure out that. I can't do it. It's so hard to talk about this since I forget it every time it's not in front of my face, courtesy of my mental illness, and I say I'm fine to everyone and forget to talk about the fact that it makes me feel bad. So I thought I need to remind myself that I am suffering about this and I also need help. This is me reaching out since I don't have therapy for over 2 weeks now. My therapist has started to see me less than once a month, and I don't know why. That's worrying. And I'm really sorry for that. I know how important therapy can be. I'm really, really sorry that it has turned out to not be like they are not giving you the help that you feel like you need. That's not right in our country, at least. I am happy that you reach out. I am makes me happy that we can be a channel where you feel comfortable enough to reaching out. And as said, we're not healthcare professionals, but we have also proved how important it is to talk about it. Maybe sometimes that can be the need you help. Just put it out there in the words and have a talk about it, and you can make your perspective larger. You can start seeing solutions that you didn't see before, or you can just start you can feel like maybe it's not that big of a thing now that it's not in my head only anymore. I actually said it out loud. It doesn't feel that scary anymore. I am happy that you come here and reach out, and I encourage everyone to do the same. It's a little bit weird how we do it here, but I'm proud of us and what we've been able to accomplish by doing it like this. And I think there's there's gonna be more people in the future that we can help by doing it like this. I hope that helped in any level, and it helps me not to forget since I'm not used to Lakaismammat. Yeah, so used to. Definitely. Make it real. Talk about it. And I hope that in good morning. Hi. I hope that the talk, us talking about it right now, made it a little bit less scary. I hope so. And can I try to sum it up somehow? I'm really proud of you for being there for her. Not an easy place to be for anyone, no matter what your own situation is. And you're doing hell of a good job by helping the other one by just being there. Remember, take care of yourself first. Make sure that you are in a right enough space to actually help them, and hang in tight. Remember, the tables can turn real fast, and the next time it could be him, her helping you. Stay strong. Keep your head straight. Don't lose your shit because of it. And remember, we're all stronger together. Helping each other is extremely important. Okay? I just need to hold on until she gets real help. Luckily, it might not be far away. Yes, exactly. Hold on in there. Go through it. And you know, Arts, you don't need to feel sorry about anything like that. Do not feel like the help we can offer. Just make these things real. Talk about them. Give our own experiences. Make them less scary for other people to feel like that they can talk about it as well. Millionth time, we are not healthcare professionals. We cannot be expected to be able to give you a solution, but we will be there to help you to find a solution, help you get to a point that someone can give you the solution. Having the mentality of guys need to forget the timeline. There is no timeline in these things. There is no magic time or amount of days you need to wait, make these things go away. And it also means that you need to, sometimes all you need is to hang in there for a little bit longer, and the things will happen on their own time. I just want to listen. I am really grateful that you felt comfortable enough to let us be that someone. I think that tells a lot on where we've come as a brotherhood, brothers and sisters, family, when people can start talking about that kind of stuff. And that makes me extremely proud of us. That kind of makes me a little bit emotional even. But let's not go there. Thank you, brotherhood, for all of you guys. I see daily now the importance of what we do and the community and everything. And you guys know the struggle that I'm having right now with the streaming and the time of the day I'm doing this. And I have like 25% left of what I had before I started doing it like this. And these moments are the moments that keep me going. And I need them more than you guys can ever understand. So thank you. Thank you, Pastor. I'm really happy if we could help in any level. Uh, Artsi, have you been? How was the Suomi Streamajat thing on weekend? What did you play? I'm gonna put this on for take our mind a little bit off this. Did you want to talk about more? Anyone else want to bring anything? If so, just do not be afraid. Tell it out loud, and we can keep talking. It's not over. I'm gonna move forward if there is nothing more. Or if this would help, remember that sometimes things happen. They are beyond our control, and you can't blame yourself for those things. For example, when our last puppies were born, one of the puppies was in a bad way, and I needed to put it down. Yeah, that's terrible, and that is a really, really good advice from Artsi. You cannot control everything. And I would even say that point is a really good point to also remember why you should take care of yourself. Because you cannot control everything. But the one thing you can control is what do you do for yourself? What do you decide to do? What is the thing that you decide to do? That's the one of the few things that we actually can control in this life in a level. And the fact that you cannot control anything else should be a motivator to control that one thing that you can control and try to make something good out of it. I wasn't performing there because I needed to fix my car. So shit happens. It happens. That's a really good. It is what it is. And when you run out of it is what it is, just have to do it is what it is one more time. And I'm really sorry you had car problems. Did you get the car problems fixed at least? And did you stream at all this weekend? I haven't been around. I wasn't even I was in Archipelago. Oh, thank you, Grace. I really appreciate that. I hope you have a good day, brother. Thank you. That was a really good talk. Thank you, Liz, for coming out. And thank you. I love that. That was a really good little talk there. Well, fix and fix. Had to make the 1 year maintenance. Okay. I see. Oh. When did you say you had the next interview? Was it Thursday? I try to keep up with all this. Thursday. Yeah, okay. Let's hope that you can hear from the previous one soon as well. Really hope you can get some job. You at least have been doing everything for it. So if someone deserves a job, it's you. Oh. Yeah, that's some love for it. Some love. I had a tick today. And then we noticed that rear suspension left is busted, and we went to get a new one from Motonet in the Saturday evening. It was a wrong type. Oh no, that sucks ass. And going through all that on Saturday evening, let's just go get it. Fuck, I know I don't really feel like it either. Let's just do it. We'll get it done. It's worth it. Then you do it. You just realized that it was for nothing. It wasn't even the right piece. Jesus Christ. That really sucks. I guess your weekend was kind of made from that. Hey, Ghost of Jeb, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Brotherhood. How are we doing? Welcome in. We are glad to have you with us. We had some heavy talks today about some stuff. And if anyone wants to bring any other any problems you guys have, anything you want to talk about, how's stream been? Awesome. We had a really good talk about mental health issues and taking care of yourself to help others, important stuff. And I love these morning talks that we have. And so really, really well right now. Thank you for asking. How is your day going? I love your name, by the way. That's an awesome name. Ghost of Jeb. Really good. Mm. But yeah, if you guys want to bring up anything, we can keep talking. I only put on the 10 a.m. that we start playing at 10 a.m. So 7 minutes from now, because I felt like we probably won't have more than an hour to talk about something. But there is no need for us to go playing yet. So we can keep talking if you guys have anything you want to go through, anything you want to tell the people. Well, it's not completely busted. It's cut it in one place in bottom, so it works, but not well. And yeah, it's kind of the situation that if you don't fix it, it's gonna be a bigger problem pretty soon. So it's better to fix it now if possible. But yeah, I feel what you say. Pretty good, and oh, thank you. And that's great. That focus on mental health is good. Yeah, it definitely is. And we try to, we at least try to talk about the uncomfortable stuff here, because we have proven the value of having those uncomfortable talks somewhere, because it's so rare nowadays. So, for example, now that we talked about the situation where a close person to another person is having a struggle, and this person who is helping them is also kind of struggling with the amount of help they need right now. So we also brought up the fact that you need to take care of yourself. You can't just think about other people. Try to bring up the stuff that we sometimes don't even want to talk to ourselves with. I need to get back to American. You have a wonderful stream, and thank you so much for listening. Of course, Liz. Thank you for sharing. Important to me. I hope you have a great day. Say hi to your American friend, and stay awesome. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you later. Mental health seems so underrated, underappreciated these times. It really does. And in a lot of cases, it's because we are, in a lot of places, we're not trying to solve mental health issues, we're trying to medicate it. And that starts kind of a snowball effect that will pull other people around you to that same snowball. And I think that's one part of the problem. The other one, that we are lacking the professional skill, like social media is creating half of this straight out. It's like toxic to the young mind. Internet in many levels, and just the fact that we can have mental issues right now. The world is in a place that you can go in a full shell mode, not doing something like it. Long time ago, if you had mental issues, it didn't really matter. If you didn't go to the field and do the work, no one ate. Now, it's more like we are keeping that mental issue here on our lap and just waving it around without actually trying to solve it. But it's like, oh, poor mental issue. Let's try to medicate you a little bit if you feel better like that. It's not like we're in a weird place. We've never had so much mental health issues. And I would say that part of it is the social media. That creates that we try to, hey, Shooting, how you doing? Welcome in. Hope you're well. I'm doing good, thank you. We try to the social media creates that we see these unreal expectations for our lives. We have all these options around us, and no one really knows what they actually want anymore. When they get something, they suddenly feel like maybe I want the other thing rather than this thing, now that I got it so easily. And we create these unhealthy expectations for young people, what they're supposed to be, how much money they're supposed to have, what kind of cars they're supposed to buy, how big tits they are supposed to have. And it's all around us. Like back in the day, it was on TV. Now it's only like every fucking thing you open, every internet page, every TV show, every phone, social media post, somehow creating this a lie about how you're supposed to live your life. And we are just like overgrown with all that possibilities and those kind of an utopia. You kind of think about that there's like this high level of living, when this high level of living is only on the big, only what you see. You'll never know what's behind it, and you try to aim for that level that doesn't even exist, and it makes you feel worthless when you can't reach. This is just one theory, but I think it's part of the problem why it's exploded so radically the past 10 years or so. But it's like 2020 situation. Let's just mask the problem. Yeah. Put some pills in, make them numb. You don't have an issue anymore.